Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on folks. It's me, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we're almost a couple of days away from the end of July. God, seems time is going by so fast. That means that we're going to August, which is the eighth month. So we're going to be 8 months into 2025. See, we just started 2025, and now we're just halfway through. It'll be long for it'll be fall again. I'm praying for fall because it's hot as hell out here. I was talking to a friend of mine. We were saying like the heat. It's not heat. It's hate. You take that E in heat, put an N. It's hate. So it's hate. So, folks, we're gonna have a discussion. As you know, a big show coming up. It's gonna start the last day of August to the first couple of days of the last day of July, the first couple of days of August, and that is the Tampa Bay Pro. That is a top seller show. As you know, it's promoted and ran by Steve Gardner. Probably one of the few promoters that still have women's bodybuilding in his show. He has Chicago Pro just about a couple of weeks ago. He has Tampa. He has some other shows, but don't have women's bodybuilding. Maybe we can give it next year. Also has women's physique. So this is a big show. We're going to see there's a lot of bodies who are possibly going to be the show. Some that are confirmed and some that might be, because shout out to Tim Gardner. As you know, wasn't that a few months ago that we almost didn't have women's bodybuilding at the show? And shout out to him, man. I always gonna give him a shout every time because what he has done for the women's bodybuilding division, putting a fight, the man himself, Mr. Jake Wood. Yo, Jake, I want that money. I want that gun. I can't help myself at times. I don't know about me. I know a lot of brothers named Jake. But you know what? Him and Leah Pope stepped in and they saved women's bodybuilding. We almost didn't have it. It would have been a shocker, but excited. But I also get some news to tell you. We tell you later. So, folks, we have here some of my guests. So as we go ladies first. We have here the lovely OCB figure pro, Mrs. Nicole Strauss. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, George. Well, hello. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Shoot, I'm having better with you here. And now we have here another gentleman I know well. He's the runner and the guy who heads over the female bodybuilding channel. No, sorry, female bodybuilding forum. I know. And my man David Bryant. I appreciate him coming through.
Hey everybody, good to see
Yeah.
y'all. Good to see you again.
My man David been busy this week. Just saw his interview with Melanie Horton. They have become very friendly with, and also some other ladies. His challenge sport is really exploding, expanding. He do better than me, but I'm cool. I'm cool.
You're doing good too. You got some good interviews for sure.
Yeah. And we all know that Nicole is planning on going to an OCB show, and that's in October.
Yep, October 11th.
Yes, and it's gonna be her. It's gonna be an OCB pro debut. So we wish her best of luck. So, folks, you follow some of what's going on. There are some ladies who are competing at this show coming up. Some are still on the fence. Me and Dave have been talking about a couple. One most notably who has coming back, and that is last year's champion, one Mrs. Zama Benta. Now, David interviewed Zama about a couple of years back. And this lady, she's from Brazil. Physique is just crazy. She just this is probably a picture from this is a picture from this is a picture from 2 weeks out. This was 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling you, I don't see anybody beating her. I mean, we know a couple of names.
What about you think for her for women's bodybuilding eventually though? Because she's getting so big, I think she could do really well in women's bodybuilding.
Well, you remember a couple years back, she did it at the Romanian Muscle Fest. She was in the top 3. So I remember Alina Popa was saying when she made her pro debut at the Puerto Rico Pro back in 2021 that she had those great round muscle bellies. But how some ladies are. She might feel like she's not big enough, or she feel more comfortable in women's physique. I know she has the size and other thing, but as somebody tell me, there's a big size through when we see some women who are female bodybuilders compared to women who are physique competitors. But she has that potential.
I think so, definitely a lot of potential, huge potential.
So yeah, I think, like I said, it's going to take a time, but way she trains and how she builds. I think her husband's a coach because I know he was translated for y'all doing the interview. because she does
Yeah.
speak. I think she has that potential, but it's like again, it's going to take time. There's also one young lady who threw her hat into the ring, and that is Paula Ranta.
Yeah.
Paula, and I'm like this. You did at least 4 shows this year, and you finally got your qualification in Chicago. Sit your young behind down. You don't need to prove anything because last time she competed at Chicago, Tampa, she was in the top 5.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, depending who else is coming here, maybe she might get top 3 or maybe be behind Zama.
I was curious about Paula. I wondered if she was doing that because she'd already signed the Tampa contract. Possibly somebody had mentioned that, and I think that's a possibility. But I think focusing on the Olympia would be good for her because it's her first Olympia. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Nicole.
No, that's okay. That's one in like 4 shows a year. That means you're in prep all year.
Yeah, that's tough on your body, and she's young, but still, I mean, that's tough,
Yeah, because you got to think about it. At 25, what were you like? Both of us are in our 50s, and that's 25. It's half the century. What were y'all doing at 25? If you can remember.
I was in college.
25, nothing. Nothing. I had a job, but nothing athletic. I wasn't competing in anything. I was going to the gym. I was going to the gym. I always went to the gym, but
I had a part-time job at night, and then didn't do nothing today. But sometimes, like on the Friday, my mom would like go to yard sales. I ride with her. So that's about it. I had nothing else to do. I didn't get my first real job till I was about 26, 27. But yeah, at 25, I feel the thing is she's young and she's hungry. She wants to prove something. But I know they said the contracts because recently my dear friend Mr. Big Keith Williams. Shout out to my big brother. He's doing well. He just had surgery to move his gallbladder last week, but he's still trying to recover. We want to give him a shout out to him. I would love to have him on, but I know I'll let him ease up a little bit, and then he'll come back on when he's ready. But I think what I was talking to Tina, because you have American clearance, you can get out of the show. But if you drop out with no specific reason medically, you have to pay a fine. I think it's like 1,500.
Oh wow.
That's something like that. Yeah. And they're kind of legally bound to it unless something serious comes up. Yeah.
So I can see her point why she got to compete, even though she got a qualification in Chicago. You might as well. But here we go. We have here a shout to my man, Damon J coming to. What's up, G? I'm going to tell you right on the cuff that Lavinia Barros and Rena, how say her name?
Oh, Rania Temiscan.
Oh, Rania Temiscan. Okay, thank you, brother. Daly will be at this year's Tampa Bay show in women's bodybuilding category. I already know that. David told me about Rania, and I already know about Lavinia because she already posted that.
And also Hunter Henderson too. I think those will be top 3 probably. I think at Tampa for women's bodybuilding.
Yeah. Here we have also they said Zama is effing beast. God damn. I mean, he says Zama is the Brazilian boulder. Yeah, she got boulder shoulders.
That would be good for a wrestling name, huh?
Yeah. Also, Zama will stay in WPD. I believe so. Yeah. And also, he says Paula Ranta actually doing any more shows. Well, I just confirmed that she's going to do Tampa. She already dropped. I think after that, I think she's done. If she does anything else, you're just going to really waste your time and your energy. Well, folks, we'll jump into, the promoter is Tim Gardner, and I'm a fan of the guy. He's really one of the few promoters that still give women's bodybuilding a chance compared to others. He has in Chicago, he has at Tampa, none of his other shows. He has more other shows, but all you need is people who want to step up and promote. Here's a lady here, and I think this is gonna be her pro debut. Her name is Jeannie Staley, if I got her name right, and I think she's gonna be doing her pro debut in figure. So, folks, I'm gonna pull up her video where she's announcing her pro debut here at Tampa.
Tuesday, I have a big announcement to make. You ready? I will be making my pro debut this week at the Tampa Pro. So excited. My feedback from the head judge was just to jump right in and do my pro debut. So that's what we're doing. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Happy
Well,
Tuesday. I have a big
congratulations.
announcement to
Well,
make.
congratulations to her.
You ready?
You know,
Yeah,
this
she
is
looks
a
good.
this big opportunity. I believe she got her pro card at the Teen Collegiate, which was week before last. No, yeah, I think it was week before last.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know, and
Think
it's
so.
bikini, as I said, impressive physique. I mean, you know, how the bikini girls now are evolving. It's just, you know, some of these ladies, I mean, the muscle development they get is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, almost at the level of maybe early physique to maybe early figure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look at calves.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does
but
look good. She's pretty.
yeah,
Yeah.
but as we said again, most definitely, as my man David just mentioned, Hunter is coming back. We have not seen Hunter
Yeah.
since the Olympia. Hunter Henson, as you know, her and Lavinia are probably going to be one of the youngest competitors next
Mhm.
to Paula. They're just in. I think they're not even 30 yet. I don't think.
Yeah. Hunter's great. She's a, power lifter background and she's got a great physique.
Hmm.
Wow.
She's yeah. Here's her looking from the back, and she knows she was working with Christina Mendoza as one of her opposing coaches, and that was the
Uh-huh.
question we were wondering: what's Christina's going to do this show? Because she did it last year and got her Olympic qualification, but I'm hearing she might be doing Atlanta.
That's what I've heard too, but I haven't heard yay or nay for Tampa yet. So I'm not sure about Christina. She I thought she would defend her title here, but I don't know, maybe she didn't. Chicago, she needed more conditioning and maybe she didn't feel ready for Tampa. I don't know.
Yeah, and last year Atlanta was before Tampa and before Chicago, but now it's maybe about at least about 2 or 3 weeks from the last time she competed Chicago. So that gives her
Mhm.
enough time, at least a good about 3 weeks to get enough time to bring in conditioning and really look the best because this year's last year's champion who's done both his shows Tampa and Atlanta, Michaela Aycock is not competing. She's, I think
Yeah.
she has officially made her retirement.
Mhm.
Who else isn't back? And I'm sad to Sherry Priami, but I know she had some health issues. But I'm hoping that she can come back next year, maybe. So we'll see.
Yeah, I know Davey's a fan of Sherry. She's been a guest on my channel a couple of times. I think she might take the time off because she, like, I think she remembers she said in an interview because she had some medical issues after she did the Olympia, and she was really struggling, but it
Hmm.
gives her time to maybe recover. I mean, Sherry recently just turned 50 this year,
Wow.
Hmm.
and still holding her own. Amazing
Yeah.
physique, amazing lady. Um, hope she
Hmm.
does come back. I think she might do a show like Tampa or maybe a show like Atlanta, which gives her time to really recover. Here is Lavinia Barros, who's also like Hunter, still in her early
Oh,
late
look at
20s.
the old school pictures of her. Wow, I
Yeah,
hadn't seen those old school ones. Yeah,
yeah,
she's really grown.
Wow.
yeah. He's really grown. This was around time when I think she just got a pro card, and it's really her body is just. I think this is
Yeah.
from when she did the I think it was either the Olympia last year or was that from the Rising Phoenix? I'm trying to remember which one. I remember the yellow suit.
Not sure. Yeah, she
Yeah,
looks great.
yeah. And this is from when she was at the Remaining Muscle Fest, and this is some videos from when she was at the Olympia. And
Wow.
her
That's my
physique,
favorite. That's my favorite pose. Even though I'm figure, that back double bicep is my favorite pose, like of all time. I love that pose.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I do too.
It's a great pose, especially you have a great back and your condition is just crazy. You know, Lavinia just recently she had made some comments about something that Iris Kyle mentioned. Is she's in Vegas most of the time. She works and trains with Amanda Machado, And
Mhm.
Amanda, she's Olympia qualified, and also Amanda has a client that's going to be there. You know, and I think my man David, he's very excited about this lady.
Yeah.
He's this is one of his all-time favorites. She's somewhere here. I think she should be here. I know she's hanging with Amanda a lot, and that
I
is.
know
Let
she's
me
on there
see.
somewhere.
Yeah, she's on it. She's probably way, but we did mention it's Renya. Renya,
Yeah.
this is gonna be her uh pro debut.
Yeah,
And
she's amazing. She's really
and
great. She's doing
and
women's bodybuilding for pro debut. She could have done physique if she wanted to, but she's
I,
choosing bodybuilding, and she's coached by her husband, which is kind of cool too.
yeah, I think women's body fits her better, her physique, because if you don't have that very small, slender waist, they generally
Mhm.
will prefer you to go up to women's bodybuilding if you're much more larger. And she was a
Mhm.
wellness competitor before she did switched over.
Yeah, I love her. She's got a great look. I interviewed her recently, and she's really awesome.
Yeah, I think because she just did the U.S. Championships. We have
Uh,
one lady, two ladies are here. Hannah, she won her pro card. There's also a lady that especially interviewed Julia Webler. She won in her class, but because she's the only one person lightweight, she did not get a pro card. And I hope she go ahead and petition for a pro card. If not, there's these Masters USA's coming up,
Mhm.
or also there's going to be what else? Or she can try Olympia and try to get Olympia amateurs, which each other one, or North Americans. But I think she might not have too much. Like she's been to North Americans quite a few times. She might maybe change her mind, maybe go a different direction. But like I said, I can see possibly Rinya maybe cracking the top three.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. She's got a great look already, and
Mhm.
she already looked like a pro before she became pro.
Yeah, she did. I'm surprised she just turned pro. She looks like she's been pro for a long time.
I
Yeah,
know. Yeah, she got a great physique. Yeah,
I
and
think
she's
one
really
thing.
sweet too.
Yeah, I think one thing is to bring up a condition a little bit. I don't know. She
Yeah.
maybe I know this is a test, so she want to test. I would say maybe wait till Atlanta and see how you do. That at least gives you at least about another 2 or 3 weeks to really bring up your condition a little more and see how you fare. Because you like I say with Hunter and Lavinia in the mix, it might be really tough. She might, like I said, she might crack top three, top 5.
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm. Anyway, as you know, my man, he is a fan of this lady. I'm going to pull her up, and that is the lovely Mrs. Susan Graham. If I can get her here,
Oh,
might be
SUSAN.
okay. Thank you. SUSAN. All right, and she should be. Wait a minute, maybe. I think there she is. Yes, there she is.
Yeah,
And
that's her there. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know she's already qualified for the Masters Olympian. That's going to be the week after Tampa. Just saw my man's interview with Donna Jones is going there. She said she's going to go there this week, the first. So because that's a good 14-hour flight they say from the States to Japan.
Yeah, Susan's doing both. She's doing Tampa and Tokyo, so she's going to have to do a quick turnaround time and fly out to Tokyo, including like a stop in Vegas to go back home too. So yeah, she's got a really busy schedule for sure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cutting it close because
I know, yeah. I guess she and her coach felt, she's working with Dom and Amanda, and I think they felt that they could work it out in terms of, she just started working with them recently, and just felt that was a good combination of shows for her. And she, like you said, she was already Masters Olympia qualified anyway. So yeah, she's made some good improvements this year. I think working with Dom and Amanda. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for her.
Yeah, here's just a little video she posted on her social media a while back. I think it's the guy who's working with her massages. Let's wish with
Mhm.
you, David.
Uh-huh.
uh,
Yeah.
Ask Nicole, is massages very important for recovery as a bodybuilder?
Oh yes, I actually had a massage last Thursday, and it was by accident because I go to see my chiro and my foot doctor like once a month. Actually, no, my chiro every 2 weeks, especially now that I'm in prep. So I came a little late, and they were like, "Do you want to just get a massage? You haven't had one in a while." And I was just like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." Half an hour. Oh my god! When I tell you, I felt like a new woman after that massage. I needed it. I really needed it. So massages, they really do help. They help relax the muscles, and then like it's kind of you go in there, you get a massage, you just fall asleep, and when you wake up, you just feel it feels amazing. So I think
Yeah.
massages are very important for just for physical and mental recovery.
I've been
So
told too that the massages for bodybuilders can help kind of bring out the conditioning, which is kind of cool too. So
oh,
yeah, but
that's
I'm excited for Susan. She's 45. She looks great for 45, I think, and
Yeah.
she's definitely made some improvements for this year. So I do think she could win it. I think it kind of depends on the judges whether they want a more classic look or more extreme like Zama, because Zama is pretty amazing. I know FBBC guys are expecting her to win in Tampa, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think she won last year, and she, didn't turn around. She did Texas, and and she was, back in 2023, she was in the top three for
Hmm.
the Olympia for women's physique, which got a, where she just, and then she had to, no, it was a 2020, 2023, and then when she lost her place in 2020, I think she lost in 2024 because I think she was
Yeah.
in top three, and then now she's wanting to you know repeat the same thing. I would say there's I would say I would say skip Tampa and just do Texas. You got to think
Hmm.
about it. Texas has a big payday,
Hmm.
fifteen
Yeah.
thousand dollars for first place.
Yeah,
nice.
You
that's
know,
true.
and I think I know at Chicago they dropped the prize money was a little bit lower compared to last year, and I don't
Hmm.
know because there was that big debate about the prize money. The Tampa when the year that Chelsea won, I remember Margie Martin was talking about how it was when she won it was like $5,000, and then Chelsea she got $3,000. So I would say save your energy and do the bigger show with the bigger payday.
I kind of figured Zama maybe wanted to defend her Tampa title too, but I could see that, and prove her that she could win Tampa again. So that's why I figured maybe she did it that way. She's from Brazil and lives there. So I think sometimes these ladies like Paula will schedule, a time to come to US and do 2 or 3 shows, knock them out. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of figured that's why Zama is doing Tampa too.
Hmm. We have just a comments from my man. Shout out to my man. David J he says if Paula is qualified, she needs to wait till the Olympia. Enough said. Well, the thing is, like I said, she's already signed a contract. My man David said, and now she had to do it. What the hell is Paula Wanta doing Tampa Pro? That's why I said again, she signed a contract. When you
Mhm.
sign a contract, baby, you gotta follow through. It's that's how it is. That's how things work. He says this again. He says Paula is already qualified for the Olympia. Why do the following show after she won the Chicago? Just a potential take another girl's spot. Well, she may not take another spot. And like I said again, she signed a contract. Also, he's stuck on Paul. He says Paul is getting to the end of getting fatigued, and her body will wear out from doing 5 shows, and she will end up losing momentum at the Olympia stage at the risk of placing very low. Here's the thing: is she's 25 years old.
Mhm.
And at 25, I remember I can run all day, run all night. Now, if she wants to do this and burn herself out, cool. If not, if she's cool and she can do it at 25, she can do it. I think, like I said again, she has that contract. She can't get out of it. She has to pay. If she actually has to pay a fine, and it's more expensive to pay that fine than just come here and do the show. Um, I think that's a smart thing. Just go ahead after the show, shut it down. The show coming up in Germany. As you know, I saw Esther Ryder mentioned she's going to be doing a show in Germany. And I
Mhm.
think I hope she doesn't do that show. shut it down, chill out, rest. Because you know what? The big show is something coming up. As you know, you have people like Zama Benta being there. You have, you got Natalia Puejo, you got Sarah Vilgas, and quite a few other ladies. My man's girl Susan, who's going to be there. Have not heard anything from Brooke Walker of late.
Mm.
You know,
She looks good, actually. She looks like she could compete from
yeah,
the pictures I've seen of her.
yeah. I saw recently she had some new attachments.
She did, yeah. It looks
Yeah,
good on her, though. Yeah, she
yeah.
didn't go overboard, I don't think, on him. At least I don't think so.
I think I wish she was more natural. She had a beautiful lean physique, a great girl next door look to her. But maybe my guess it feels like it helps her, especially in placing. Also, this is from a man, Dame J says, I think Hunter may be the top 4 at the Tampa Pro, I believe. Okay, that's a good theory.
Yeah, I think
Also,
she could win it, too.
yeah, could win too, possibly. Also, Christina Mendoza doing Chicago Pro felt kind of early for me for her to do, and I think she should have did Tampa Pro this weekend or Atlanta. But this is debate. I think she might do Atlanta because because I think they said because I think the list is supposed to come out today, and then they have a deadline between today and Wednesday. Because that's when the deadline ends to get your paperwork in and to make the show. I was talking to a lady. She's going to go in there, find out during 30th. She's going to do masters, and and she might do open. And she asked me, "Do I know the list is out?" I said, "No, I know the list is out." I know some people ask me if some ladies ask me, "Do I know who's competing?" I'll give them a couple names that are confirmed, but the rest are mostly just guessing. Also, we got here from a man, Demi says, I think Lavinia Barros will win the show. My predictions. Okay, that's another prediction. Also, a man, Damon, he's sticking in here. The man says, Amanda Machado, Christina Mendoza, Rena, and Lavinia all are best friends. Yeah, because,
That's true.
yeah, two are Brazilians. One, I think, where is Rania from, David?
She's Israeli Palestinian, so she's got the really interesting mix there. Yeah, seems like she'd be fighting with each other.
That's very she has a very I think especially if she's doing women's bodybuilding. We talked about before how she has a very exotic look to her. Kind of like you look at someone like Mona Persilay, or you look at Lavinia or a couple of ladies. I remember I did a live where I talk about how we can promote more of the more attractive women in the sport of bodybuilding. Like you look at Chelsea Dion. I think Chelsea's gonna be there, but she could do photo shoots.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can check. If you're a competitor, you want to do photo shoots, go check out Chelsea. That could be a future for her. And I think with her, if she's doing bodybuilding, which is I honestly think how her body is built, even though she might be a little bit smaller, just her shape is more geared towards that division than physique. Anybody else didn't say? I mean, it just. Well, we'll go on here to more. We got here from a man, Dan J. He says, I love Renya. Is great in person. Cool lady. Yeah, I posted something about her and she responded and she appreciated that.
She's
Also,
really
he
nice.
says, yeah, other than Hunter, Renya, and Lavinia, who else you think will be part of the list of competitors at Tampa Pro this weekend? Well,
I'm really not sure. I haven't heard from other ladies that are complaining to it. So, the list is going to be out this evening sometime, probably after 7 or so. So yeah, I'm really curious to see the list. So I'm not sure.
One person who's been missing in action since she did her last show, that was the Triple O, is Mila Ash. And she done this, yeah.
She's
Yeah, because
qualified for
Mila,
Masters Olympia though too. I wonder if she's traveling to Tokyo.
she might be. She might do that because also Rashana Boswell's qualified because she was a champion from 2023. But like I said, Mila, I remember she did an interview with Glenn over his female bodybuilding channel, and she said she made an announcement she was going to do Triple O, and then she said the next show was after that was going to be the New York Pro. but then we didn't see her in New York. She's been
Mhm.
posting some videos here and here, and it looks like
Looks good.
yeah, I think it's a little edited. One guy says that she edits a little bit some of the pictures much. I'm not gonna
Mm.
mention. Who he is, Goop. He's always but it's possible if she's already qualified for Masters Olympia, and that could be her way into getting Olympia. But then
Mhm.
if she doesn't get it, which would be the next show for her?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder, and you're right, she could be coming to Tampa too. But yeah, she's looking pretty good. She's looking smaller than usual. That's one thing that surprised me about her. But she's more conditioned too.
You think she might be going back to women's physique?
Ah, wow, that's a possibility. Yeah, maybe. She looks more like physique now, I think.
Yeah, it might be something she might, because what she was told. I remember I interviewed Jada. When she made her switch, it was her and Mela were the ones that they were told it was at the Ultima Classic. They're both told to go up to women's bodybuilding. And
Hmm.
halfway situation with Jada, she didn't do too good, and then she had a setback, went back physique, did pretty good in her last show in women's physique, and now she's doing wellness. And I
Yeah, I like
think
Jada.
and I think one thing I felt like last year she, I think maybe last year she took a break because she did at least I think 4 shows. I know she did Chicago, did Tampa. She went to did she do the Rising Phoenix? I think she did.
Not can't remember.
I can't remember if she did. I don't know. I don't think she was invited. I thought she was. I can
But she
check it
said
out later.
she's going to wellness.
No, no, that was Jada.
Oh, okay, okay. I was about to say she's like she looks too
Yeah,
she
nah, nah,
looks too
nah.
big.
I don't think Mela's gonna go to wellness.
Okay.
Her condition is just too, you know, beyond crazy for wellness. You know,
Yeah, I
I,
don't see her doing wellness. I like
mhm.
I'm a big fan of Jada. I do hope that she'll compete again. Did she compete this year in wellness? I don't know.
No, no, she took a break this
Mm,
year because
mm,
last year she really jumped into it. I think she needed more time, and also she has her company, the Muscle Realm. So they're right now
mhm.
doing some stuff, putting things together. But I know one young lady who made her pro debut and got a pro card at Chicago, and that is, I believe, Fabiano. I
Mhm.
think possibly because I think she's from Florida. Possibly
Yeah, she
she
lives in
might.
Orlando, so she
Yeah,
could come to Tampa. Yeah, I hope she will.
yeah.
She's amazing. She's big.
Yeah, I think one thing. I think her shape kind of reminds me a bit of Lavinia. A lot of
Uh-huh.
muscle, good density, but just gotta not Lavinia. I mean Salika.
Oh,
Salika,
Salika, yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Uh-huh.
muscle, good density. Just gotta bring up the conditioning just a little bit better, especially in the back.
She's pretty short too,
Yeah,
Fabiana. Yeah. Uh-huh. But I like her look and she just seems like a really cool person too.
yeah,
And she just
yeah,
turned pro at Ms. International in Chicago, so that was kind of cool too.
yeah. I know I interviewed one of the ladies that was competing there. She was a client and a friend of Keith. Her name's Margie. Margie, there was only 3 of them, and and just here it go again, ladies. I'm telling y'all this. This show, the Miss International, is a great opportunity for anybody. Especially, I know the same
Mhm.
weekend they had the team collegiate. It was on the
Mhm.
same weekend, but I would say this: if you look at that show and have so many, especially if you're a women's bodybuilder, and there's not enough women in that's there for you for your class, I would say go to this show, and especially if you live close to Chicago. I know a
Mhm.
lady, she lives in Detroit, but she did show anyway, but she got a pro card. Congratulations. But that was in Universe, another show. We have here a guest here, my man. Shout out to my man, KLA the Wanderer, coming through.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
Doing
You hear
good.
like I
me?
said,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay. How
Yeah,
y'all
as we
doing?
know,
Good, good.
we're
How are
doing
you?
fine, doing fine.
All
As
right.
we know, we've been talking about what's going on, for the upcoming Tampa Bay Pro. We have here a comment from my man Damon J. He said, "This says, is there a former Olympian athlete competing other than Hunter and Lavinia there, she could hinder Rinya to being top 3. No
Yeah.
one yet. No one in women's bodybuilding. No one that we know of yet. I think Hunter, Rinya, and Lavinia right now are the confirmed. We
Yeah.
will find something out when they post the list. And also, so again, the deadline for the list is today. Also, they have a extension for the 30th. You know, see from a man. He
Yeah.
says, Damien says, Susan is great. Love her. One of the best abs in women's physique.
That's true. Yeah, she does. She got great abs. I think it's going to be better this year.
Yeah. Especially, she's working with Amanda, her boyfriend. I think they're gonna have clients there too, and not just Susan. Also, he's also says Susan is beautiful at the age of 45. She's drinking the fountain of youth her whole life cause she looks incredible. Yeah. Okay.
You mentioned that she has a good skin person. So like I think the dermatologist. So yeah, that I think maybe a little so that helps too, So but she does look amazing.
Yeah, it's just amazing. We got here my man Jason Sipkins coming through. Jason says, what's good, everyone? What's good, brother? Also, this is for a man, Damon, he says, my money is on Zamabenta to win the Tampa. I honestly I take you by your bet, brother. Because if you saw the video earlier of Zama, her physique is just crazy. I mean, her condition is just. I remember I took a video and I posted on my YouTube of her when she was at Tampa that last year, and she's walking out to the bus, and her shoulders were just crazy. I mean, you look at him and like, I'm wondering who is her massage therapist. I'll tell you, I'll pay you to give you a massage if you let me. I mean, her body is it's a phenomenal body, especially mother of 2 kids and still doing the sport.
I think the FBBC guys, I think it was them that said she could be next Ms. Olympia, and I agree. I think Zama could pull that off, and because she has a really great look. So yeah,
that's the thing is, how Sarah's been going strong for quite a long time, but it might happen, and it's just all depending on how Sarah and Natalia are going to look, because they're the 2 top ones. We got here a comment to her man, Josh Simkins. He says, shout out to Aranya for winning her pro card. Thank you, brother. Also, shout out to man, Damon J says, Brooke Walker is taking a break. Yeah, she's taking a break. She might compete next year. Here's my brother, XA Gucci 23. Happy Monday, brother, George and panel. Thank you, brother. Shout out to my man, Josh. He says, Fabiana looks awesome. Yeah, just need to work on condition a little better. She comes a little tight in the back because the back can make or break how you do with these shows. Because also this is from Damon says, who's currently in the Masters Olympia campaign right now? I forgot. Well, it's a long list. It's a long.
No, it's you're talking about the champ, and it's Rashana.
Rashana's a champ. Yeah, champ.
Yeah.
And I know last week was Doncelle's birthday. I know last time we talked to her. I don't think she's competing this year. I think she's taking a break, or she's not, or she might have officially retired. I don't know. I posted a birthday video for her. She liked it. I appreciate that. We used to talk a good bit, but I don't bother too much. I know she's focused on her life and doing what she got to do. This is fun, man. David J says, in women's bodybuilding category.
I think he's referring to Rashana, Masters Olympia champ in women's bodybuilding. And it's Rashana Boswell.
Yeah, Rashana, I think, like I said, I had the pleasure of meeting her a few years ago when she was down here in North Carolina. She was doing a seminar for Glenn's Female Amazon, channel. And it was cool to meet her. I mean, that was the year she won the Puerto Rico Pro. That was the last year Puerto Rico Pro. She was the last champion. Amazing lady. She, her kids, I remember I put together a package for her. I brought it to her. And she said her kids love the toothbrushes. I think they probably are used up already, but they love them. Here we got here from a man, Sean McMillan. Welcome, brother, says, my prediction for Tampa Pro is Lavinia Barros is first, Hunter second, and Renya is third. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Also, which is from shout out to my man here. WJ says Fabiana definitely needs to work rigorously on her condition. Well, like I said, maybe she might not do the show. She might go like his thing is, she might take the time and say, you know, maybe make my pro debut. You know, she already made a debut, or maybe do another show next year because
Mhm.
you know she might do that and feel like she might need work on conditioning. It's a process. We talk about this. We talk with me, you, David, and KL. We talk to these ladies and say it's a process. It's about time and working on things. But if she
Mhm.
feels like she wants to try, because this is in the backyard, she has to go clear across the country to do it. She might do it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it'd be great to have her there.
Mhm. We got here a comment from a man, Josh Simke says, Zama back is insane. It's awesome.
Yeah, she's
I, I,
amazing.
I mean, the lady, her physique is just, crazy. I mean, I honestly, again, even if Paula comes in her best condition, I honestly don't see how she's going to beat Zama.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
I
Zama's
mean,
tough.
yeah. And like I said, I think with Paula, she's still young. I think she's still
Mhm.
growing as a competitor. She was figure for a good while, and she made the switch last year. But she has a lot of potential to grow. Could she be a future Miss Olympia physique? Maybe. Like I said, she's still maybe if she spend the next another 5 years, and if people like if even Natalia or Sarah decided to call it quits, that's a
Mhm.
possibility. I posted a little video of her and her working out. Her she has some great set of quads. I
Yeah, she
mean,
does. She's amazing. Yeah.
just kill it. I think the picture of her, I think it was right after, I think, Imperial, where a friend of hers, she had like, she like kind of batted like her leg like it was like a meal. And, she changed coaches. She was with Nasir Hassan, and now
Mhm.
she's with a new coach. I think the switch might have helped her.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she does look really good. I didn't realize how tall she was. But she's, from Finland, and I think there's some tall girls over there in Scandinavian countries.
Yeah, I think someone was talking about how they met her. Who was the interviewer was watching? I think it was the interview with Donna, how she met her. And they
Yeah.
realized how tall she was. And
Uh-huh.
those women are very from Finland to the Netherlands to Sweden, Switzerland. Those are statuesque goddesses.
Yes. Amazons for sure.
But one person I'm really excited about, this is the lady, is she's been on my channel, she's been a guest. I owe her so much for what she has done for me. And that is our dear friend, Miss Eunice Martinez Kitchen. She is going to be
Yeah.
competing, and she's going to be competing in the Masters. And also, she's going to run her booth.
Uh-huh.
And here she is. She sent me this a couple of days ago, and I put it in my social media. She tagged me, and just this woman, can you believe she's in her 60s? And look at her. I mean, wow.
She's been competing since the 80s. She's amazing. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, and
How old is she?
she turned. She's
How old?
about. I think she's at 60, or I think she's at 60 or about 60.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I can't
Wow.
remember either. 59 or 60, I think. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and she's and her and Bad Rap. They've been around for quite some time. They're gonna open a booth in Tampa,
Uh-huh. That's
and
true.
it's great. We were talking about this about a few months ago. She told me about when she was talking to Tim Gardner, and said the booth. And
Mhm.
also, she's doing this. She's putting up $1,000 prize money towards women's bodybuilding.
Mhm. Yeah.
She has been
She's great.
truthfully.
She and
Go ahead.
JoJo and Bad Rap have helped sponsor some ladies for their travel to shows, as well as tan and makeup as well. And yeah, she's really great. She and JoJo have really helped a lot of ladies in the last couple of years now.
Yeah, she's been putting her money where her mouth is, where we really need that in the sport of bodybuilding. Here,
Oh,
folks.
and people
Go
might
ahead.
not know, but Bad Rap is an acronym too. It's
Yeah,
big and defined, ripped and pumped.
Yeah, that's the acronym, man. But folks, while I'm here, I'm going to make a small announcement. I've been keeping this close to the vest because I was talking with Eunice about maybe a month or so ago, and she was telling me some stuff she's going through. She wants to really get bad up on the ground. She's really want to help, especially when it's bodybuilding. And she was telling me how she's trying to get some competitors to come and help. Most of them, some busy and whatever else, yada yada, whatever. But I was thinking about this, and I'm with my Doc Holiday, like I'm in my prime. I remember the part in the movie where after that shootout at the river, where Jumping Jack Creek was talking to Doc. Said, Doc, why are you doing this? Why you have to do this? You almost on your deathbed. He said like this, Wired Up is my friend. And then Jack said, well, I got plenty of friends, Doc. And Doc says, I don't. So Eunice, I'm going to post this later on my social media. I've been kind of keep it to the vest. Some people already know, and those who knows that I am. I am going to Tampa. I am.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I wish I could play that song. Yeah, because I'm going back to Tampa. Tampa,
Oh,
Tampa. I'm going back to Tampa. I
I don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. Yeah, I get to see my man David in person quite a few
Yeah,
days
man.
who I've done interviews, and also me and David, we're gonna have to stick you out, man. We have a thing here. We got a long talk
Got my
about
hands around your
this.
girl, man.
Yeah, I don't care about Whitney, but we'll have a long talk about that, David. I'm gonna hug you first, but then I'm gonna stomp on you.
Andrea's she's a beauty, I tell you, man. It's cool seeing her in person. Like, dang.
Yeah. But
Should have
folks,
gave her a kiss, Dave.
Oh
hey,
yeah.
don't give me no ideas. Don't give me no ideas.
Should
Be
have
I
kissed
cool.
her,
Be
know.
Dave.
cool. Be cool. Be
Gave her
I
a
cool.
know.
nice kiss.
Be
Get
cool.
a
Be
shot of that
cool.
too. It'd be George getting pretty mad. That would be.
I just, I'm
Oh
not,
man.
I'm not the jealous type. I'm just sometimes, how it is with me. It's just the other part of me. It just
Oh.
comes out, and I
Nah,
just,
you don't know how to act. Oh my God.
yes.
Oh man.
But I'm not doing anything. I'm just right. Most of the time, I'm sitting in the house, other than go to laundry shop. Well, I don't shop too much. I just go order things from Walmart and it comes to the house. I don't really need unless I have to go pay a bill like the light bill or the rent. I don't really do anything. I'm here half the time. And like I said, I was gonna go maybe. Plan was I wasn't gonna go this year, but I was gonna go to Atlanta. And then the car my sister gave me was giving me problems. I was gonna get that fixed. Then I said, you know what? Fuck that car. It's the hell with it. It's been sitting there for almost a year or more. The guy hadn't really done anything with it. I call him so often. I stopped calling my sister. Well, keep talking. I said, you know what? I'm done with it. It's technically still in her name. So you want to do something to do with it. So I'm thinking about maybe saving some money for a car next year. And I said, you know what? I got a few bucks. Not too expensive. I've already booked my motel. The plan was originally I was going to stay till Sunday, but because the train back, they shut down the line on that Sunday. I had to go, I'm going to leave Saturday. So I'm going to be leaving Wednesday around 5 o'clock. Then I have to stop and wait for another transfer, and I should be there by Thursday afternoon. I've already bought my tickets for the Masters show. Come and check it out because I want to support Eunice and some other ladies who are competing in the Masters. And also, I bought not the prejudging, I bought the finals ticket so I can see that. But I'm going to help Eunice with a booth and, stay for a bit on Friday, that Saturday, and then head back home. Yeah, I should be back home by Sunday.
Yeah, you're going to be there for Friday. That's the most important day because that's women's open bodybuilding and physique. So that'll be a good one, I think.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it'd be great to see some of the ladies who I follow. I've been talking to some ladies. I've told them, yeah, I'm gonna come to Tampa. Some ladies who I've interviews with, like some ladies I follow on social media. I had somebody even told me that they already know them. Because I think, I don't know, maybe they get some because of inklings I was making. I wasn't confirming anything, but someone already know that I might be going there. We have here some comments here, and I think people here dropping the comments. I appreciate support. I mean, you see, we have here from my man, My man, shout out to my man, Dame J says, I hope Zama does win the Olympia title. Well, maybe she will. Maybe she will. It's all depending. Also, I actually would prefer Zama to surpass Sarah and Natalia to win the Olympia title because I am a big fan and she works hard to earn a title shot one day. Yeah, Also, she keeps saying this. He says, Zama is the Miss Olympian athlete. There is no way Paula Ranta is beating Zama. We know that. Also, saw her man, X Gucci 23 says, awesome. Thank you, brother. Also, this is my man, Damien says, Paula has a bright future, though, and eventually will be a top five Miss Olympia athlete. That's a possibility. Shout out
I
to my
think
man.
so.
Yeah, shout out to my man, Joshua Simkins says, have fun in Tampa, bro. I will. I will. Have as much fun as I can. And also, this is from Damien says, how tall is Paula, by the way? Anyone know? I think maybe
No, I'm not
about
sure.
could be close to maybe 5'8". Because yeah, think about it. She was no she if she was on the same stage with Anastasia and Tina, because those two are pretty. I know most definitely. I know Tina's like 5'10", Anastasia at least about 5'11".
Mhm.
So, and she was right beside Marika, and Marika got to be around about 5'5". So she got to be at least 5'8", maybe 5'8", 5'9", if that
Yeah,
tall.
that's probably about
So
right.
yeah, because I think with the taller women, it takes a lot more, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why she's not getting that much of that certain amount of size because she is taller. Because usually the ones who like between 5'5" to 5'4" who usually can put on a good amount of muscle, or a little bit shorter. Like you look at someone like uh person I'm gonna bring up is Michaela. Michaela's 4'11". She's not even 5 feet tall, and
Yeah.
her physique's just crazy. Conditioning, her size, especially how short she is. I think KL did a video about a lady who's like 4'9", and
Wow.
what's her name again? KL, you did a video about her.
Um, Alexandria Birkinson,
Right.
if I'm saying it right. But her IG is Alex B IFBB Pro. Go to
Let me see.
Instagram Alex B IFBB Pro.
But give me a second. I will bring her up.
Yeah.
Let's
You know
see.
who else is
Because
tiny like that? That is a pretty competitive though. Is Trish Wood. Trish Wood is tiny like that too.
I
She's
think Trish, yeah, I think Trish is like about 5 feet.
I think she's
About
under
that
five
height.
actually. Mhm.
Yeah, I know. There's another girl who's competing in the show. Who's competing? Kim. I can't say her name right.
Oh,
Them. Blah,
like
blah, blah.
Golubowski or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I think she's about that height because I was talking to her. She posted that she's going to be going to there. I think she's going to do maybe Open and Masters. Or I'm not sure specifically,
Mhm.
but she might be doing that. Well, I just pulled up. It's her name is Alex Blankenship,
Yeah, blank.
and yeah, and she turned pro. I think last year before last, at the Teen Collegiate show, and not certain about if she's going to make her pro debut, but she's kind of look like she's a mighty might. I mean,
Yeah.
I think yeah, she's. I just reached out to her because when I saw Kia's video, I said, you know what, let me check her out, and I reached out
Oh,
to
she
her.
looks good.
Yeah, and I
Oh, she's
think
so tiny though.
yeah, she has
Yeah.
that very nice, small, very feminine look to her. You see, you got the
Yeah.
double the ponytails.
Yeah, I
I
like the
think
legs. That's what I
yeah,
like.
yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah.
know who
She
else
came out.
is
Go
tiny
ahead.
like her and is competing in Tampa is Carla Torres, that Mexican girl. That girl is amazing too. But
Yeah,
actually, yeah, I forgot that she's confirmed for Tampa as well. But she's doing women's physique.
yeah. 'Cause I know she did Chicago just a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking with her, and because one thing was she doesn't speak English, so you
Yeah.
have
Oh, that's
to
her. Yeah.
you have to talk to her through I think Google Translation.
Yeah.
That girl's amazing. Yeah, she's really made her mark. I think because this is her pro debut year, at least in women's physique.
Well, actually, she did a show in Brazil.
Oh, did she?
And,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that show in Brazil where Nada Silva won her qualification for the Olympia.
Oh, Nana
And
Silva. Yeah.
she was top 5 at that show. And then she did second in Toronto and did third at Imperial. And then she did the Chicago Pro where she was like down to the 15. And I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
girl is amazing.
yeah, I mean, I think she kind of reminds me, if y'all two guys can guess with me, you remember Claude Gamond.
Who's that?
Claude Gamond.
Oh, Colette.
Yeah, Colette.
Oh, I see. Yeah. She is kind of similar. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the curly hair, the side, the height, her quads, the thickness. I see. She kind of reminds me of Claudia, Gamond. I mean,
Uh-huh.
she has a
Yeah,
smaller waist,
I can see
you
that.
know, because
Uh-huh.
she had, her quads are crazy because she was at one point she was wellness for a while, and she switched over to women's physique. I think a couple years ago, and that's she got a pro card.
Yeah, she's looks really good.
Yeah, and Rania is the same woman like that. She was also wellness, and she switched over to women's physique. And I think like see here she is on stage. You have her. You got to think about it. There goes Paula right there. Paula's really tall, and you have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalia,
Look out of place, too.
Natalie.
Like,
Yeah, Natalie Wade Wolf here. Yeah,
Carla does look
yeah,
tiny there compared to the rest of them. Yeah.
yeah. I'm wondering. I think Marika's gonna be doing either Atlanta or probably. Well, she has a choice of two because they're gonna be on the same. I think Atlanta and Texas are gonna be on the same. No, Texas and Tupelo are gonna be on the same day, and that's the 9th, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So
One
I
woman who I think is going to look good in Tampa and hasn't been talked a lot about, but I really like her is Taylor Araji. Have you seen her?
Yeah, because I think you interviewed a while back. Taylor, she actually she got a pro card at the
Is International.
Mr.
I
International.
think.
Wait a minute, I think I got the wrong Taylor because there's a
Oh,
couple
wrong
Taylors.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. You see. Here you see. IRG. What's it? How you spell it? Raggi.
Oh, it's AIRAGGI.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
got it
that's
here.
it.
Yeah. And and she did a couple of shows in women's bodybuilding. She made a debut in Tampa in 2023. And then she was because she won the title, being she was the only lady there. Because in that same year, that I remember Hannah Hussein was going to do that show, but she dropped out.
Uh-huh.
And Taylor was the only one. She got a pro card.
Yeah.
And she was doing she did physique before, and she was doing wellness, but then she decided to switch over to women's bodybuilding when she got a pro card. And and you did an interview with her, and and
Yeah.
this is gonna be her I think she took the year off because changed her look. She went back to blonde, crazy abdominals,
Yeah.
I
She's
think she can
competing
do it.
in women's physique in Tampa, and I think she'll do well. I think she's got great potential.
Yeah, she's kind of like people like Paula and some of the other girls. She's like, I think she's in her 30s, no, or she's in her 20s.
She's I think she might have just turned 30. I think, yeah.
So yeah, she has that potential to grow, over time. Work on her training. I forget who's the coach, David.
I think Justin Jacoby.
Is that the same guy I used to work with? Emily Schubert, I think.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ain't hear much from Emily lately. It's she's been kind of quiet.
From Emily?
Yeah.
She's had some health issues and a lot of she talked about like chronic pain. Yeah, she's I don't think she's doing too well, unfortunately.
I feel bad. This it's tough because just a few days ago, I said somebody sent me a thing. We had a young lady who passed away, and she was a fitness competitor from Brazil. She died of a heart attack, and I think she might have been her very young, I think in her 30s. And
Yeah.
it's crazy how bodybuilding is a very tough sport, especially for these women. It's a lot of health risks and issues, but I think sometimes it's about using smart training procedures and also staying away from specific certain you know kind of any kind of drugs that really can affect you as a
Mhm.
competitor. you know. But we a dear friend, Miss Strauss has to leave. Says, "Hey gentlemen, I don't want to interrupt the conversation, but I have to go now. It was great chatting with everyone. Have fun at Tampa Pro Show, and I'll see you guys at the next round table." I appreciate it. Thank you,
Cool.
Nicole, for
Thank you.
coming through and supporting us. Best of luck in her upcoming show. So, but
I've
still,
actually got I got to get going too. I'm sorry, I got to get. So, but it's good talking with you,
that's
and I look forward to meeting you in person. So, yeah.
I'm excited about that too, brother. I can't wait.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's going to be a great show, and Tampa is just always an excellent show. I'm really lucky to have it here in my backyard. Basically. So,
Yeah, I think it's one of the I think it's like you live in Tampa, and there's a show in the I think it's in Fort Lauderdale, that's the Atlantic coast.
that's a good one
And
too.
yeah, maybe if the airways by me, I might go check it out, or just go tell the hell to check it out. I don't know. I mean, thinking about it, I'm thinking about maybe go to another show next year, but it has to be the right show. It's most definitely has to win. Here's my thing: it has to have wins by them, and I'm hoping maybe next year to have Texas will have it.
Yeah. What was the last show you've been to, George?
That was it's that picture where I put in. That was me and Leah Popa. That was in Savannah back in 2022.
Oh, it's been
And
a few years.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a few years. I mean, I actually remember I missed my train ride back.
Oh shit.
But I'm lucky for me. My oldest niece, she lived in Atlanta, so she come a couple hours away, take her old uncle back home. She used to drive. Sometimes I saw her a couple weeks ago. She's down here. She'd drive down here. I think she's thinking about moving to South Carolina to be a little closer. But it was a
Oh,
nice ride.
cool.
We talked, we enjoyed stuff. It was like a good 4 or 5 hour drive, and it was here. But this time I'm going to try to catch my train. I don't want to miss it because I don't.
Better catch
There's,
it.
there's nobody going to be. I don't know if I want. Anybody going to drive all the way to Tampa to get my fat black ass? But
That's a long trip. Yeah.
but I know the train won't go back till about 4 that afternoon. So I probably come to the show for a little bit, just hang out with Eunice for a bit and then head back out.
Sure. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I better get. Good seeing y'all. Oop, there's my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah. Great seeing
Take
you too,
care. Good
brother.
to see
Thank you.
y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Shout out to man
Bye,
David.
listeners.
Yeah. Me and him, we're gonna have a little toss over about my girl. I've been waiting to put a whooping on him. Shout out here to my man Demon J.
Oh boy.
He says this. He says he was just taking a picture with Andrea, Natalia, Sydney, and Whitney George. Relax. Hey, no, no, no. You don't understand. You don't understand.
Tell us then.
He
Tell
just,
us
he,
then.
I just, I just love her. She's so beautiful. She's so
Man.
amazing. I, I just thank you, Andrea. I think you're so beautiful.
Is she going to the show?
No, I think she's going to be doing a seminar that day. I think that week. I think it's going to be the 30th, 31st. So she'll be able to make it. I mean, it'll be great to see her. But there's some other ladies. Like I said again, I know Chelsea Dion's going to be there doing photo session. I might see her. If I get to say hello to her, that's cool because I remember me, David, and the Female Body Channel and Asha Hadley did a little roundtable discussion a couple years back, and that was for the Vancouver Owl Show, and it'd be great to see her in person. I was talking with Anastasia Ryder, and she's going to be there, but she's going to be there not competing, but she has clients there. I said, "Good, say hello to you," and a couple of ladies I know competing there. I don't want to tell them. I'm going to post it. The picture I put up, I'm going to post it after I'm done in my IG, and I got a little video I'm going to post I post that tomorrow. But I got some equipment stuff. I got this. I got some little microphones.
Okay.
I got a camera. It does video, but the problem is the video comes into AVI. So the probably AVI you have to switch it over to MP4, and and I just say, what, I just use my
Why Tampa?
Hmm?
Why Tampa? Why Tampa? If you
Well,
mind me asking.
Because of Eunice, because we were talking,
Mm.
and she was telling me how she was trying to get some people to come down. We were talking to some ladies that she sponsored. Some ladies couldn't make it, and I just saw, you know what, I'm not doing anything. I got a few bucks laid away, and just enough just to pay for my ticket, and then and like just because, like I said, for Eunice, really, truthfully, and just opportunity also to go down there and to just to do something out of my comfort zone, do
Okay.
something different, like I see you and David, you going to the shows, and and I said, you know what, I should, here where I live in North Carolina, there's not really any shows. I don't think, not even too many amateur shows, and they're out of my way.
Yeah.
I don't have a car like I used to, so I'm not the type of person I can drive. I don't think I want to drive that long way. I was thinking about taking the bus, but the bus takes a little longer, and a train would be better, because
I was thinking
because
about
you.
going to an OCB show. Well, they got one in Brooklyn this coming Saturday, but they have one in Washington D.C. I was thinking about it, and I get paid like maybe like next week. So I was thinking about maybe go to watch. This is a 3 hour ride, but I don't know. I was
Well,
thinking about it.
reason why I say, what, this fits because I get disability. My check comes the third. The third's going to
Yeah.
fall on a Sunday, which means that what they usually do is, like, when my bank works like this, when it falls, like, this is how the government works. When your check falls on the weekend, like Saturday or Sunday, they'll advance it to you a couple of days early. So your bank will give it to you a couple of days early, but so it would work perfectly because when I leave on Wednesday, my check should drop on Thursday, or I got a few bucks, and still in my account because, like I said, I put some money to the side. But hoping by then I have enough money I can cover my room. Like I said, to get around, because I'm not driving, I'm going to get an Uber or a Lyft. So just go to the motel venue to check it out. David
That's for
said,
the motel. Right.
motel, I think, was like about $70 a night. So I was gonna
$7.
say 3 nights.
Okay.
So that I then I because I said again, the train back, they're
Yeah.
gonna close the line on that Sunday, so I can only go back that Saturday. I want to stay that extra day and hang out and check
Yeah.
out and enjoy. But
Yeah.
I said, you know what, but I got a thing from David. He sent it to me. Said, like, the weather's gonna be really crazy. It's hot right now. It's hot
Yeah.
now. But I said, well, I'm not gonna do a little too much. I might go to the show, hang out, talk to people, maybe get some pictures, maybe get some interviews, and just immerse myself for a bit, and then just try to just when I get, like, when first thing, because the train won't come till from to Tampa to the afternoon. So the show for the Masters is at 5 o'clock. Go to my hotel, rest, shower, eat, go to the Master show, which starts at 5, probably at 4, maybe a little earlier, so I can maybe get some pictures, say hello, check out some people, and then because Yuna's going to be competing in the Masters show, and check out her out, some other people that compete in that show, and then go to the show where I'm gonna help Eunice at a booth, and then I'm going to check out the finals, not the prejudging, because the tickets were, they had two tickets. You have, like, we get tickets, you have two prices. You either get the cheap seats or you get the VIP. And like I said, stretches my dollars. I want to do VIP, but the VIP for the Masters was a little bit more expensive, and so was the VIP for both the Open, for the finals and the judges. So I just said, well, I'm not going to do the judging. I probably would love to see the judging, but just see the finals, see how everything wraps up. But working with the booth, I might see some stuff here and there, talk to some people. David, he has his pass. Maybe he might hook me up, but it's an opportunity. We get here some comments here. Shout out to my man XA said, do you have a real ID, Brother George? No, I don't have those yet. I gotta apply for one. I mean, somebody told me you have to go, you need some, I think you need certain information, stuff like that. You have to make an appointment with the DMV, or you can file for a passport. I think the real ID is like easier than the passport. Maybe in the future I might do that. I don't know. I'm not ready for a plane just yet. I might miss a T. You better put something on something, fool. I'm gonna get on a plane, but I know it's fast to get to here by plane. Some places don't. I remember one lady asked me, George, I'm doing a show here. You think you want to come? I said, yeah, where's the show at? I said, it's such. Okay, it's train station. George, there's no trains coming through that. I said, shit. Why can't I make it? Because I remember Keith told me, said, George, we get you a little something, pop your pill, come to Chicago and watch us compete. I said, I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't know. That's if God makes men have wings, He give us wings. But I think I should take that chance. I think maybe next year, if I put enough money, because tickets, if you can find a reasonable, especially if you go through some of these booking companies, you can get plane tickets really reasonable. Especially also when you go through a booking company for a hotel, they're usually reasonable too, because they save you a cost compared to if you get it, do it yourself.
I mean, I hope you have a good time, man. I'm glad at least you going to a show this year. So
yeah, at least in time. Oh, we have here from a man, Damon. He says David is like the nicest guy I ever seen. He wouldn't do anything to troll you. Hey. It's not about him being nice. It's about him having his hands on my girl. That's the difference. It says Melissa Tyke has the best abs in women's bodybuilding. She does. Great. She looked amazing at Chicago. Also from David J says Sean McMillan, that's debatable of who has the best abs currently. Well, each division, I think, particularly, it's always going to be a debate of who has the certain look. Like David said, Susan, she has great set of abs. I'm trying to remember back in the day a female bodybuilder who has amazing set of abs. Krista Bach, also a lady I actually get to meet when I was in Atlanta back in 2022. Her abs was just beautiful. That's Annie Revicchio. Annie was just beautiful
she
abs.
got some good. But I don't be focusing on abs like that.
Well, everybody has particular part they like. Some guys like the pecs. Some guys like the shoulders, like the back, like the glutes, like the abs. I like abs too. I think sometimes if I do my comparison videos, and if I say like one person who seemed like she don't ever do ab shots in the competition picks is Natalia Cuejo. It seemed like she, if I gotta find ab shots, I gotta go way back, right before she switched over to physique, when she was
But she has a nice physique. I mean, yeah, like I now that you mention it, her abs is really, it's impressive. But I don't just be focusing on abs. I just look at everything. If I like it, I like it. Don't.
Yeah. Everybody has their particular. Here we got a man from 7 minutes. It's gonna be a fight race between Rashana and Virginia Sanchez at the Masters. I don't know, and we haven't seen Virginia Sanchez in quite some time. She might. It all depends who else is gonna be there. Got to remember, there's quite a few ladies. I can put up the list later. We can look at it. Also, he says Alex is so beautiful and cute at the same time. She flows well in her moves, in her routines. So Alex, who? You must be, what's that he's talking about?
I think you're talking about the one I was talking that we talked about earlier, Alexandria Blankenship.
Blankenship. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah. She looks impressive. Shout out to my man Sean. He says Fabiana will be great once she comes in better conditioned. Yeah, I would give her that. Also, this is from my man Sean Miller. Says, do you guys think Adalia Oprah could win the Masters? Well, all depends on how she looks like. Well, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Adalia is originally from Hungary, and last year she won the Alina Popa Classic, and press physique. I think she was top 10 at women's bodybuilding for last year's Olympia. She's also, she's impressive. Possibility, maybe. Rashana's going to be there if she can get past Rashana. Whoever else is on the lists, if she can get past one of them. The Masters Olympia is going to be actually it's the same week as Tupelo. Actually, it's going to be at Sunday because you're going to have Tupelo in Texas. 3 shows within that same week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've seen her before. I must. Yeah.
Well, she was Women's Physique a couple of years ago, and then she made the switch to women's bodybuilding last year, and she did it. She was top 3 at the Portugal Pro. Because you're second behind. She was right behind Sherry, who was second, and then she turned around and won her qualification at the Lita Popa Classic. Impressive physique.
Okay.
Good size. She could possibly win that show, which gives a qualification. If you win the Masters O, you are qualified for the Olympia. So, and I know I was talking to some ladies say, some ladies have already got their tickets and they're ready to go. So we'll pull up the list real quick. And should be here. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's see. Is that it? No, that's gonna be in Tokyo. That's Tariq Gundy. He's one of the coaches, one of the judges there. My man Keith's not a big fan of his. It should be the list should be because it gets updated because anybody who wins a 40+ show, like Chicago or let's see, should be here. There it is. Okay, so these are some of the names. This is men's open. The select competitors. 212. We have classic physique, men's physique, women's bodybuilding. Now we have Mela Ash, Olga, I know her. Amelia Volkova. I think I interviewed her a while back. She was doing physique, but now she was with bodybuilding. Tiana Flex, Tiana's doing this. Issa Speck, Amy Jimenez, Cheryl Mears, Anita, Elizaveta Starenko. This one here, Spit Sparts, and Jenny Welker. That's when I think there's some more names that added onto it, but this is just they're updated later on the week, next week. And this is fitness, and here is figure. Noticeably, one name that's I'm surprised I don't see it is Jessica Reyes-Padilla, but she's probably on here somewhere. Bikini and physique, and these are some ladies like Natalia Bastrova from Russia, Tracy Gal, we both have pleasure being, Jay Hadley, and this lady here. And these ladies that are already selected, and the names I don't have the full updated list yet. This might be it. Let's see. No, it's not saying just the update. But the show is originally going to be about the 21st, 22nd of August. Then they moved it to the 9th and the 10th. So actually, the 9th is going to be the amateur part, which is I think is the amateur it's a pro qualifier for the 9th, and the 10th is going to be the main open show, which is going to be on that. The 10th is going to be. Look at my calendar real quick. 10th is going to be Sunday. In Japan, that means it's going to be a 14-hour difference. I think it's going to be our Saturday afternoon or something. I think because the time zone between Japan and the U.S. States is like about 14 hours Eastern Standard Time. Because I was talking with a couple ladies who say they're going to be competing at that show. But yeah, but she's impressive. I think she can do well. We have here again from a man, shout out to my man, Sean. He says, do you guys think, I think he already said that one. He said it again. He said it twice. He also says, Andrea Shaw is the modern day Linda Murray. I would give it that. Also, Shadowman XA says, "You're not going by plane." No, I'm not. I'm going by train. There's a in South Carolina we have an Amtrak that come through. I'm taking the Amtrak that 5, and then it's gonna be like almost a all day trip. I got to stop in Savannah and change trains, and then that train will take me to Tampa, and then it's gonna be the same thing back because I gotta stop in Savannah, catch a train, and go back to South Carolina. Also, this is from we got Brown Baldly. He said, two of the best content creators when you I come to convey women's bodybuilding salute. Oh, thank you. He says also Sean. He says, safe travel, George. Have fun in Tampa. Thank you, brother. And also, Gavin Sean says safe. He's just repeating. I don't know, brother, must you type the same thing or something. Also, this is from my man Dan James. I don't have a body part, preference. I like the overall look to an athlete. I I look at everything. Yeah. Also, this is from me. It says, Aldenia is freaking impressive, no doubt about it. Yeah. And also, this from a man, my brother Exeg, who says, very nice. We just opened our Amtrak back in March. Yeah, yeah. Because if you can't afford a plane, because some tickets can be very expensive, and then if you don't have that either a passport or real ID, most times they won't let you on. Old things change because it happened this year where dumbass and chief Saturday we got pissed for the real ID. So now people now you have to have the real ID. I have to do this. If I ever want to get a real ID, I have to again. I need certain information. I have to make an appointment with the DMV and go in. All this is a little star to put onto your identification card and get you on planes and something like that. I saw a thing that explained how these things work, but it does get you on a plane. Now, if you have a passport, it's the same, but I think a passport takes a lot more to get. There's a lot more hoop jumping for a passport. So it's easy to get the real ID.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Here we get from our man David J says, I'm waiting for the next Olympia battle showdown with the women that has yet to come this year with the figure women's bodybuilding and women's physique as Tariq El Gundy hosts those battle sessions at Olympia TV. They might do that. I don't know. They did it. Well, they did it when they had when the Rising Phoenix was the big show. But now I think because they changed it, they may not have it. They may not have it. I don't know. Shout out to my man X. I will be using it for now on the travel to Boston instead of using the Peter Pan bus. That's smart, brother. Also, this is from my man Sean. He says, what do you guys think of Anastasia Villanova? Well, I'm surprised she's not competing. Yeah, I'm surprised she's not competing this year because I know one problem was I think it was a visa issue why she hadn't come to Olympia last time she won. But I know recently her husband and trainer, her boyfriend now married, and because he's Israeli, I think she could get a new visa and get his visa because he's Israeli. So if she does, she didn't do the Portugal show, which she's done quite a few times, and there is another show overseas that I heard that Anastasia Levanova is going to be doing. That is the Imperial is going to be in Germany because it was last year was in Great Britain. For the last few years, it was run by a guy named Emilio who was running in Spain, but he gave it up, and then Two Bros picked it up and had it in UK, and now Dennis James picked it up and has it in Germany. So she might try to do this show, or there's the Lena Popa Classic that's also in the same month, next month, which is exclusively women's bodybuilding. Yeah, he's just mounted by this, but folks, as I said again, I'm really excited about this. You know, and I had to really kind of get myself. I got to push myself to do this because if I don't do it, I always have regrets that I never did. And I'm not just doing it for my friend Eunice, I'm also doing my friend Big Keith because Keith, he's been through a lot, and we talk a bit. We don't talk on the phone like we used to as much because we might send texts to each other and some on DMs like that. But I'm also doing this because he was the one who really inspires me. He's at one point when my old partner Jared wanted to step out, he came in and he really taught me some stuff. And what he's going through, and when I talk to his wife Tina, he's going through a lot, and we should pray for him. We hope maybe when he gets fully back, and I would say fully, but when he gets to where he feels a lot better, we'll hope to have him back on. And he can tell us and what he's going through, his mindset, and everything. Like I said, he's an amazing guy, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah, man. I really don't got nothing to follow up with that, So.
Yeah. As you know, I'm often trying to be aware of things going on, and but as we talk about the issues between most definitely Sarah and Natalia, and this was brought up by the Female Bottling Channel, and they posted this, and I'm going to pull this up. I think they still have it on there. They had it in their on their channel, and I think Sarah might have also had it hers. I think she had it in her story for a minute.
Who's this?
Sarah Vilgas.
Oh, okay. All right.
The current champion, and she made some comments to her rival, Natalia.
Yeah,
Cuejo.
I've seen it, but you could play it. You could go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna pull it up here. And here she is. Is it go like the rivalry is still on? And if nobody know about the rivalry between Sarah, she said, "A few about the channel. The epic rivalry between Sarah and Natalia is picking up again before the O. This Phil Heath versus Kai type of rivalry is in women's physique is once again getting hot. Yesterday, Miss women's physique Olympian Sarah went out publicly saying Natalia is using Sythol in her quads and reminding her who is the dominant one. These contest history. We are ready to epic battle. And here is, and she's saying this, and this is something. If anybody says, here you go. It says, "Are you taking notice again? 2020 Olympia won by 1 point in amazing upset. 2021 Olympia won by a perfect score. 2022 second place by a split 6-9 score. 2023 Olympia won by a perfect score. 2024 Olympia won by a perfect score. And 2025, come and take it if you can." And here she is. Here's a piece of advice. Less Syntha oil and more barbell squats would be a good way to start bringing the gap, bridging the gap. Fake improvements. Ouch. Ouch. Man down. And he says, more of the story. Bring to the stage, Doc, because sound bites do not score on the stage. They never have. Triangles or smooth surface, the scope is out. Ooh, man down. Pimp in the stress. If people know what synth oil is, if you ever see those some music posts out where you have this guy, he's all big and bloated and like that. It's oil that, especially in Brazil, I think you see a lot of time in Brazil where it's injected and it gives you that look of muscles. It's not really muscles, it's just an oil that's in under your muscles. And it makes it look like you don't look like it's like you ever see that weird guy looks like he's like, like he's been stuffed like a mushroom or something. It's just weird. It's not really muscles, it's fake.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Some of them got that in their biceps or something like that, or some crazy stuff I'll be seeing.
Yeah. But
why do they do that for? What is that? What's the purpose of that?
Fake muscles. That's all it is. To look like they have muscles. That it just looks weird.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it
that
do
stuff is
look
hard to
weird.
get. Yeah,
It does look weird.
it's like people get like implants, like calf implants or
Yeah.
ab implants. It's something. It's I think you see quite often in Brazil. I think you see some other countries do it, but it's more or less. It's very Natalia is Brazilian.
Yeah.
I don't know because and that's why I often say it like that. She in her poses when she does her competition poses, especially in prejudging, she rarely ever does an ab and thigh pose. Like I try to do one of my comparison videos with Natalia, I can never find any shows, even if she do shows like she did New York, she did Pittsburgh. She never has an ab and thigh pose. Now, sometimes I have competitors to do ab and thigh pose, but then, like one time, I was looking for someone with Paula, but she did ab and thigh in two shows. She did in New York and she did it in Omaha. Sometimes there's some ladies that I might not even never find an ab and thigh pose because I don't know why you don't. That's like a mandatory pose. Either that the guy don't take a picture of it or they don't do it. But sometimes if you watch the live show, they don't do it. Um, Here, shout out to my man, Damon J. He says, got the head on out, but I will come on next live stream. You do, okay. Thank you. Also, shout out to him. Sean McMillan says, Clark Gramond was awesome. 5'1", 170. Yeah, Also, this is from Damon. He says, "Oh, I talked about the post on the Female Vitamin channel." Yeah, thank you. Also, he says this. He says a second. He says Sarah usually is the one who instigates the tension between her and Natalia all the time. Well, sometimes Natalia has done it. She's done it on the side, but it's not always Sarah. But sometimes, it's either way. Susan can surpass her age,
So
unfortunately. Sarah, okay. Yeah, Sarah. Susan. Yeah. Also, I meant to say cannot surpass her age. You know. Also, this is from a man, Josh says, Natalia Cuejo and Sarah are favorites in WPD. I would say they are the top ones. Sarah beat Natalia. Natalia beat Sarah for the title, a couple years ago. And Sarah got it back. And now, is it possible she get it back? I don't know.
mm,
Mhm. Well, folks, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. This is some news I'm excited to drop about. Going to Tampa. I got a couple more days. Well, I actually got a day and a piece because tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm already got some of my bags packed. I got some equipment I bought. Like I said, I bought some microphones. I
what you
got
plan on doing, like on what to do, like on what Dave do with the interviews and record
well,
the.
take some pictures, do some interviews if I can. Also help Eunice with a bad rap booth because that's the one thing I really wanted to go down there to help her because she was talking about how she was asking some ladies to, come and help her out, and we're talking on the phone like about a month or so ago, and I just, and just in my head, I said, what, George, you're not doing anything, you know, um, you got a
That's
few,
good. You want to help her. That's
yeah.
good.
And then if this is something I can take advantage, get the opportunity to meet some ladies that I interviewed and meet some ladies that I follow on social media, get some talking points, also help my channel because help me to grow because and maybe just really, really just get the perspective to see because like I said, it's been a while since I've been to a show live. I'm hoping maybe in the future I can get to do some more. If not, it's just an opportunity that I went someplace and did something. Like I said again,
Yeah.
I'm hot body. I'm bored. I need something to do. We have here
Nothing wrong with
shot from my man Damon thought he was gone. Says people in the comments checked Sarah on her BS behavior and rightfully so. Okay, that's them. Also, this is from Dariana Hamer. She says, I wish they would reward Sharonica. I think that's her name in physique. Sharonica Hinton. I think, Sharonica is an amazing lady. I think I follow social media.
It's such
Um,
Shanika.
it's that, she says Shanika, but her name is Sharonica.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it's Sharonica. Let me pull her up if you don't know who she is. Sharonica is number 3 in the world in women's physique. She did a couple of shows this year. She's already qualified for the Olympia. She did a couple of shows. She did New York, where she was got her qualification because she was one lady who's been in the game for a long time, and and she's amazing physique. I see this. Her physique fits the standard for WPD. It's great. It's a great athletic build. I think she should be, to me, honestly, she should be the title holder. But we all know a lot of things go on. Some people get to push more than others. She did some guest poses in the show a while back. Also, she said that she worked one year. She was working the year before she came back and competed. She was working the tanning booths for the Olympia because she worked for Pro Tan. This is her fiance, Chris, and she's getting her oiled up. I tell you, she has a beautiful physique. I mean, she's a great poser. She did Texas, but she didn't win Best Pose. That went to Elisa Kissling, the classic queen. But
Oh, that's her fiance.
yeah, that's the fiance.
Okay.
That's putting the tanning on. They
All
just got
right.
engaged. They got engaged right after I think she did the Texas Pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she served our country in the military. I know Glenn took some pictures of her back in the day when she was stationed here in North Carolina at Fort Bragg. Beautiful physique, beautiful chocolate little lady. I mean, her condition and shape, I think it fits the criteria of what women's physique should be. But generally, everybody's going to push either between Natalia or Sarah. But she the last couple of shows didn't fare as well like she did before. She took, I think, fourth at New York, and I think she took third at Pittsburgh. And again, she's a great poser. Post stuff about it. I mean, I hope someday get an interview. I know David get interviews with a couple of her. I know also Glenn. Maybe she'll be there, because she might have clients there. I know she also works with Sherry Perlman in her posing. Also, she work with Michaela Aycock with her posing. But if I get to meet her and get to talk to her and say hello, I mean, it'd be great. Because I think I would tell her I might do like I said, I think you're a beautiful woman. I mean, I might I'll be cool with her with a girlfriend say fiance say nah, I'll be cool. But I think she's a beautiful lady. She to me again she fits the standard what women's physique should be. Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Also, we get here. Oh, you mean talking about? Oh, we got here. Um, we get here from Sean McMillan says prayers up for uh Emily Schubert. Yeah, all the best for her.
What's
Hope she
up
feels
with her?
better.
I haven't heard
Well,
from her.
like David says, she's going through some medical issues right now. I think she
Um,
has some injury stuff she's trying to recover from. Also, this is from Dorian. She says Shanique should have won her third title. Well, Shanique Grant. Well, things happen, and that was the share one. That was 2020. Things happen. Now she's moved on. She's doing wellness, and she's going to make her wellness Olympia debut in a few months. So now she's doing what she's doing. Um, Shout out to Dorian says it's like physique should be about shredded glutes. Well, they like if you
is
look
she
at
a
Sarah,
bodybuilder?
who
This person, Dorian.
Dorian, I don't know. Dorian, I think she said she competes, but she's
Uh-huh.
not. She can't have in a while. I remember I reached out to her, hey Dorian, you want to do an interview? And she said but let me know if you're interested. I often reach out to people who have a story who've been, who even if you're not IFB pro or or NPC competitor, if you are someone who is a bodybuilder, I'd like to have you on. She comes in and she always making comments. I follow her on IG. I know she reached out to Amanda, a while back about talking with her. Um, Here, this is from Diane Sister. She looks great in wellness. Yeah, she does. I face a better division for her now.
I
Also,
thought he left. I thought he, I thought
who?
he headed out.
Yeah, I thought so too. It says if someone can pull up anything negative that Natalia Cuejo said about Sarah Vegas. Please pull it up and show receipts. Well, most stuff she posted in her IG stories. That means it disappeared. So it's there, but it's not there. Let it go, brother. Let it go. She did it. She did. She's not gonna admit it, but she did. Also, said there you have been. Yeah, Sarah is too shredded for women's physique. Original standards, but they chose her as a champion anyway because of politics. Well, that too, but the standards, shredded. That thing is, the judge standards need to pull it back. If they're telling even women in figure and bikini that glutes too shredded, where you gonna go? So I think if you have shredded glutes, it should fit in, in the physique division. But that's the thing that everybody's chasing now, because Sarah's is the standard. It says no, I follow the sport since a teenager. I am just a tall bikini competitor. So LL. Well, again, if you ever want to come on,
you said you're a competitor, right?
Yeah,
that's the same thing.
Yeah. So he says also this from says, yeah, I don't believe that until I see proof. Well, the thing is, it's out there, but you may not have paid attention to it. Sometimes you can be a little biased to your favorites. Either way, here's the thing is, I'm not a big fan of either one of them, but I do respect them as competitors. I'm not a big fan of Sarah, but I do respect what she's doing for her division, for her sport. Not a big fan of Natalia, but I do respect her commitment and passion for bodybuilding. Now, one person you better not say nothing about. You know who I'm talking about. You gotta watch your mouth. We talk about my girl. Watch your mouth. But anybody else, I'm not gonna invest too much in their mess. That's between them. But folks, I'm not gonna be out here too much longer. I know my man KL, he has an interview coming up later this evening. You want to check it out. He was gonna have one. I think you're gonna have one yesterday. What happened with that?
I thought so too, but it just didn't happen. So it is what it is. Yeah, they tell me I gotta reach out to them before they tell me that they can't do it. So it is what it is, man. I can't. Hopefully I'll talk to them next week that so
that's why I usually wait till we get things hammered out. But sometimes even when I get things hammered out, then something happens. I had a couple of interviews that dropped out. Sometimes the times when I'm setting them up and say, well, we're going to the time where one lady, she has to go out of town. I say, cool, I'm gonna go out of town too, so we just do it another day. One lady, when we had everything set and everything ready to go, then she say, hey, I gotta pull out. I say, okay, cool. But if they come back and say, let's redo it, let's set this time, that's cool, because I know that the last
one of them have told me, one of them they said they could do it on Sunday, but
Sunday's fine. Yeah, it's just, I think a lot of ladies are more open on the weekends, some late afternoons and evenings during the week. But yeah, it's all, like I said, it's about sometimes about timing. And then if I'm not, like I said, one day I'm gonna be out of town. I got an interview tomorrow with Alexa Christopherson. You interviewed a while back. She's a wellness competitor, Army Air Force veteran, and also she's a coach and a trainer. And we've been talking. We already got the interview set. I already got my stuff posted, and I think we're good. I just gotta remember to give her have her send me her email so I'll be able to send her the link like we do. Again, man, let it go. He says, somehow people always seen Sarah Vilgas negative comments about Natalia Cuejo, but nobody ever talks about nor shares proof of Natalia's saying bad remarks about Sarah. Well, that's between them. It says, I love Andrea. You know that, George. She's cool. Thank you. But next, like I said, just want to say, watch your mouth. It says, also, this is from Dorian. It says, I wish the judges would reward based on the criteria of the division. That's the thing is, I talk ladies like how sometimes some ladies fit the criteria, some ladies may not. And then I think it's about popularity, who brings a certain look to them. If Shanique was still the champ, I think the division was still the way it's supposed to be. But now with Sarah being the champ, it's changed the look. When Natalia had a title, she had it, but then she lost it back to Sarah. It's just how it's done. Like with go back to when Linda Murray was champion, when she lost to Kim Zavetsky. And this is people always going to blame Iris Kyle. Everything changed after that last Olympia when Kim Zavetsky came in huge. But everybody wants to point the finger at Iris Kyle. But Iris Kyle had to step it up. And then one year when she had the look that she was a little softer, more feminine, then they gave it to Yaxino King. The judges can go either way depending on the judges. And if they don't fit the criteria, that's them. And the athletes got to go by what the judges say because they're the ones who set the criteria. Even if the NPC has the criteria set and put in stone, they often changed it because of the flow of how they this guy who I just started following on YouTube. He's a coach and a trainer. He talks about how the fitness model division, how after a while it's going to evolve because how some competitors are going to be influenced by the bodybuilding lifestyle. I said again, there's girls who take performance enhancers in bikini. You won't long before you see women in fit model doing it. It's supposed to be less this, less that, but then because how bikini came in, how wellness come in, eventually that division is going to change. It's going to look like bikini now. So what's the point of starting divisions? Is going to end up, I know because you want more people to come in, more attention, but it's going to end up look like the division you're supposed to be replacing. But that's my point. I'm just got a man with a voice on the channel. So, folks, I'd like to thank my guests that were here, Nicole Strauss, my brother David Bryant, my brother here, KL the Wanderer. I'd like to thank my man Damon J coming in here. You still up for your girl, that's who you love. Shout out to Josh Simpkins, Dorianne Hamer, Sean McMillan, Baldy Brown, Baldy, if I got anything right. All who were here, and I appreciate y'all support. My brother Execution 23, I appreciate all your support. As you know, this is a great opportunity for me, and I'm so excited. I mean, I just a chance, just to do something. Maybe it might come up your way one of these days.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, hang out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if see the Europe Pro, gonna be tight. Let's start saving
Well,
now.
one day at a time. To focus on Tampa.
Focus on Tampa. But always good to be as I said again, various rounds of all time, young Master Wayne. Never get your feeling for a killing close.
God.
So he hates. I love it because I'm a fan of Ra's al Ghul. He's my master. He taught me well. We have here one more comment and know who it's from. My brother XA, thank you, brother. He says, peace, George and KL. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming through.
All right.
Folks, again, I'd like to thank you all again. Go check out my man Execution 23. He has a channel. He posts on content also and gaming and stuff like that. Check him out. Also check out my man KL the One. He got an interview coming out in a few minutes. So check him out.
We got 7:30, but we'll see.
Yeah. Like I said, I think if she didn't back off already, she's gonna be coming. But he's still going to do good work. Check out my interview tomorrow with Alexa. And also so again, I'm gonna be leaving Wednesday. My sister's gonna take me to the train. My big sister Betty. She took me training last time I went to Savannah. I called her, asked me. She doesn't have. I love her. She's my sister. She's kind of like I said again. When we were growing up, people thought she was my mother because she's like 16 years older than me. And because my mom had to.
She's like 60 something now, like 68,
67. Yeah. Because when we were coming up, people thought she was my mother because he wasn't. See, me and my younger brother were the two last one of my mother's children, and she has two sons that were like. One of my nephews is only 2 years younger than me. His brother's 4 years younger than me. He's a year older than my brother, and he's only a year older than his brother. And we're so much close in age. We grew up like brothers because my mother raised us together. But we're uncles and nephews, but we're as brothers. My sister, she was young when she had her first child, and people just thought when she used to, because my mom and dad used to work, in the fields, and she used to watch me because I was the youngest child. And when she had her child, she was pushing him in the cart and walking with me in her hand because by then I was like 2 years old, and people thought she was my mother. They used to say, "Betty's not my mother; she's my sister." But she's done stuff for me, and I appreciate that. I looked out for her. She looked out for me. You know, that's good. You know, we have my other sister Jean, love her. You know, I already told her my trip. You know, rest of my family, my
You get
trip.
along with all your siblings?
Well, I have one sibling I don't know of. My father's daughter from his relationship. She lives up in
Uh,
New Jersey. Never met, so you know.
uh,
But like I have an older brother for my father's son. We get along. He's my oldest brother. There was my other sister Mary. She's been gone for about 7 years. My brother James been gone for 22 years. We all grouped together. We're all family. It's just great. Here's from here for a woman from Darian Hammer. It says, Hammer says, uh, good. Enjoy Tampa. Thank you, sister. Thank you. I will. So, you got anything to say, brother, before I let you go?
Nothing really. Just I got an interview today, this evening, and tomorrow. I think it's at the same time as yours. Mine's is at 7:30, so yours is like 7 o'clock. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also check out my man. We put my man. Jeremy Wimmer was coming, but he's a little bit under weather. He had an interview yesterday. He had a couple IFB Pro competitors on there.
Yeah, I see some
Yeah,
of it.
I watched a good bit of it. Yeah, check that out. Also check out my man David. Just did a couple of interviews. He just finished one with Donna Jones, which was this Sunday, and also did one with Melly Horton. And also check out Nicole. Her stuff is growing. She put out some nice pictures if you hadn't seen them.
Yeah.
Very lovely. I mean, she has a beautiful body. Especially natural competitor. Also, this is what he says. What are the wraps called? Bad Rap? It's a company. It's a company brand, but they do sell products. If you're interested in it, just go to Bad Rap. It's Bad Rap. Just put the numbers together. Put it into your IG. You can find it. Or just put in Eunice Martinez Kitchen. You find a Bad Rap. It's a great company. It's mostly dedicated to supporting women's bodybuilding. As Eunice is also putting up some of the prize money and also jackets for women's physique and women's bodybuilding. I think she'll do a figure too. But she's put up $1,000 to help out the prize money for women's bodybuilding. That's great. And I hope, ladies, y'all do the show. It's Bad Rap, BADR, like rap, like rap, not like W. Cut W and just lead the R. But that's what the company name is. Bad Rap. It's been around for 2023. She's has done. Like I said, that's why. Again, the reason why I'm doing this because what she did for me. This was my birthday about 2 years ago, and I love it.
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Okay. Yeah.
About 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years in this coming October, December.
October. Well, it's near that. So.
Yeah. Well, folks, I thank y'all again. I appreciate all the well wishes to my trip to Tampa, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna be careful too because it's gonna be really
I'll
hot.
see you later, man.
All right. Thank again to my man K the one. Thank to all my other guests that were here, and I appreciate y'all for supporting my channel. I mean, it's it's something to do in this channel, and not doing it just for myself, but for the ladies out there who need a voice. Some of them don't want to speak up because they're afraid of whatever I'm gonna say. But hey, come on, join me, talk, share your story. People want to know what it is to be a female bodybuilder, and just a woman in sport at all. That's what I'm saying to you, Dorian. I got the comment. I got the link to the StreamYard. Just click it and one time come in. Whenever you get a chance, we always welcome anybody. Especially, we love to have more ladies on here because we like to get you perspective of the ladies because y'all the ones who this is your sport. You really need to speak up for yourselves. So I like to thank my guests for supporting me, and also can't wait to see me in Tampa. And this man always your page, aka the Emperor of Female Talk. Like, don't subscribe. I'm out. Good luck, good luck, and God bless.